Welcome back to the second battle of Wadi Akarit, or I guess the ongoing battle of Akarit. Our forces are in the south, where we've been pushed. Well, no, we pushed them back, but then they also pushed us back a bit. I mean, you probably saw the first part of this playthrough series, where we're doing things a little bit differently with a more procedural effect. And so we have the 2nd British Infantry, commanded by the newly promoted 1st Lieutenant Sir Squire, and the 3rd British Infantry under the command of the newly promoted 1st Lieutenant Stasnak. Congratulations, Stasnak. We had 2 units get thrown back, the British 1st and the British 4th. Neuronet was able to escape completely unharmed, but 2nd Lieutenant Justin 1 was injured, and so is back away from the front lines, trying to recover. And we've called in new not possible during battle. Oh, good. Oh, thank goodness. I was like, oh no, it's all grayed out. So we have more air power that we're bringing into the fight to help try and push us back, as well as now being able to identify key objectives, these airfields. By controlling the airfields, we can ensure that we can keep airstrikes hitting the enemy as much as possible. Now, when it comes to reinforcements, we have a few different. We have some a UK step left over from the last attack. We have some M7 priests coming in, engineers coming in, some more 25-pounders and 17-pounders, as well as new reinforcements. We'll have the 1st British Armoured under the command of 2nd Lieutenant FFL, the 1st New Zealanders under the command of 2nd Lieutenant Prefnal, and then the 6th British Infantry under the command of 2nd Lieutenant Llewellyn. So we have 4 new units coming in, 1 returning officer, that's 2nd Lieutenant Neuronet, there at the bottom, but we have 4 new units coming in, so be sure to enlist if you have not already, so that we can get your units and then get you into the playthrough, get you to the front lines and help us push the enemy back. And you can find that information down below. Any of the past episodes as well, you can sign up. I think, well, maybe after a week or 2 of an episode being up, I'll put a note in that one of like, sign up on the next one, or the like, don't sign up here because I'm not checking as much type situation. But do not worry, any episode you can enlist and get a unit of your own, and then eventually level up to have several units or die. I mean, you can technically die in this playthrough, but it's just less likely that an officer would die than an entire unit, as we have found. Alright, enough chit-chat about the situation. Let's try to push our forces forwards. Alright, so first we have the 1st British. We need to fill up this hole, and that's what they're going to be able to help us do. Now they are green, as always. All our units begin green. There we are. But we could... Ooh, actually... Let's get you guys some engineers. Guess we could get... let's make sure that the 1st British Armoured aren't just wiped out on the first turn. Ooh. Alright, we're not too bad. Let's hit this unit. Alright, not bad at all. Okay. Let's hit them again, because if we can capture... Ooh, okay. If we can capture this hill, that's going to be a good position to launch our attack from. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. Alright, we've breached them. We'll send FFL's forces up. Good luck holding that area open. And let's definitely reinforce Stasnak's forces. Alright, meanwhile... Ah, good. Alright, we've breached the enemy on the left flank. My forces have, so we'll be able to follow that up next turn and try and smash them. And every time that we fail a scenario, I do reset the enemy, like the enemy gets all their units back. We don't, but the enemy does. In this case, the Axis. But we get to keep the land that we took. I've kind of decided, I think the last episode I said, no, we'd start from scratch. And heading into this one, I thought, no, we'll get to keep the advances that we've taken. And so that's why we were able to start on these 2 hills. And so eventually we will win with enough troops, enough gumption, enough sacrifice. Ah! Alright, the African Corps are falling back. That's good. They know that they will be defeated. Okay. So let's, Yeah, I'm not gonna... let's cheese those troops. Alright, we have the New Zealanders now. Welcome, boys. We've got 5. So, you can enlist in nations that, down below, I say they're not really ready. But you're going to have a situation kind of like this. There's just 5 steps, especially the New Zealanders. They're really very expensive to reinforce. The cheapest at the moment for us are the United Kingdom and the US. Now, we don't have US troops yet, but once I think, like, this playthrough, or not playthrough, at the end of this episode, the after action report will definitely open them up, because if we can get 2 or 3 people to enlist, then we can deploy 2 or 3 American units to the west here and start putting pressure, whether it's McNassie Pass or Fade Pass or even Fonduk Pass. I doubt we're going to get like a huge amount of people, 10 or something, but if that were the case, we could then just throw tons of American units out and try to get some pressure on this western line, or El Guitar. As the British keep pushing in. Alright, so we'll bring them up to the front lines. Oh dear. Alright, let's get the New Zealanders equipped. We'll give them 25 and 17 pounders. This... well, let's see if we can't... can they? No. Okay. Well, let's see what we can do with artillery. Jeez. Alright. There we go. That will help you guys level up. Alright, so they've gained some experience, some much-needed experience, even if they've lost a third of their momentum. But it looks like we'll have some armored steps coming back. 4. Oh, yeah, because we lost 2 steps, and an armor step is 2 armor equipment and 1 infantry component. So that's good. No one was actually lost, they were just disorganized and thrown back. Good. Meanwhile, let's see if we can't make a punch in the north. Ooh, alright, my second British are veterans. So that means next turn, these New Zealanders, they're green troops, but they'll have to come in and fill the ranks. We'll keep our veteran troops, our regulars, and veterans. The second and third will be at the forward end of the advance, but we'll just keep bringing in our reinforcements each turn and try and push the enemy back. If we can cut the enemy troops out in the west here and get around the salt flats, I think we'll be in a really strong position when we attack again. But I think every attempt we are going to try to win. The goal is to win. It's not just to slowly inch forward. It is to win these scenarios as swiftly as possible, but also keep our troops alive, keep them slowly gaining rank. Very kind of ex-commie. Goodbye. No. All right. That's bad. Oh, that's really bad. Oh, they're getting behind us. No, the New Zealanders. Alright, so yeah, that's the downside of green troops. That's really bad. Alright, so FFL might be injured, might be wounded, might be just fine, and might be dead. What I do with those is, if your unit that you're commanding is wiped out, you have a third of a chance, a 1/3 chance, so 2/6, but 1/3 chance of being injured. You have a 1 in 6 chance of just being killed, and you have a 3 in 6 chance, so 50% chance of being fine. Then if you are injured, you'll have every subsequent episode you'll have 2/3 chances of recovering, and a 1/3 chance of having a worsening condition. At which point, if you're critically injured, you then have a 5 in 6 chance of fully recovering and a 1 in 6 chance of dying. So you overall have a very low chance of dying. You'll either die outright or a little bit later on. But I hope you're all right, Second Lieutenant FFL. You guys took a beating. And the New Zealanders are basically broken and will not be very useful for the rest of the scenario. Alright, let's get you guys fully equipped. That's gonna help. Alright, let's hit their... If we can hit their... we can close off this Panzer unit. Good, though we don't really have a way to get around. Except for to have us come back. Alright, let's hit them. Ooh, very good. Alright, I think, yeah, you've got this. Excellent. So the British 3rd, we were able to punch them back at great loss of life. Jeez. And we've already brought in... Man, just getting... It is a meat grinder up here. We brought up our reinforcements. Alright, let's... Okay, so we have no use of these armored steps, or equipment, I guess. We've completely lost the British 1st. They were completely wiped out. I should have thrown in some more steps with them, so that they'd have more life. That was bad. They did gain some experience before they were wiped out, but that's not good. Alright, so we have one more unit coming in as reinforcements. Ah, man, this is tough. We're just calling in absolute firepower. That's what's helping keep us alive. Okay, we could throw... Seems like a recipe for disaster. Alright, now I don't want to attack or advance off this line anymore. Okay, let's dig in. Yeah, basically 2 lines. Ah, man. Alright, once the 5th arrive, we'll rethink our situation. Yeah, so yeah, enlistment, very important. We just need more bodies. Now, luckily the AI is thinking that there's going to be attacks in the west. Little do they know. Alright, let's bring in the 5th. Alright, so now we have all our forces on the field. The goofy part is FFL reached out to me personally and wanted to command an armored unit, and that if he dies, it'd just be ironic. I'm sure you'll be fine. You have a much better chance of being alive. But it was originally going to be Llewellyn that was going to command that armored unit. Alright. Let's start looking at the troops that we have. Excellent. We can get the New Zealanders next turn. Get them moving up. We have the 5th, so we can continue the advance into the enemy. Alright, good. Breaching. Alright, we are taking land. We have these 2 veterans. So you gain veterancy very quickly if you can survive. As long as you can just have a few scraps with the enemy where you don't have to tangle with them too hard. If you have other stronger units to kind of give you cover, then you will gain regular status and then even veterancy pretty quickly. So it's all about surviving long enough. Alright, so hopefully the enemy won't just come around and hit Neuronet's forces. He's escaped death once already. Jeez, the enemy really likes digging in. I don't like those odds. Alright, let's not risk it for a biscuit. Okay. No one else can dig in. Okay, alright. What about other units? You know what? Let's get you all forward units as fit to fight as possible. We still have 5 more turns. Well, 4 more turns. Let's see. Turn 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, that's not good. That's usually what they do right before they hit. Nope. Nope. Okay, we got very lucky. We got very lucky. Oof. Alright, we'll try and weaken this unit. Hopefully they won't run away. Oh, they're going to run away. Alright, so here's a good example. We have the 6th British. I want to get them experience. But there's no one for them to really hit and have it be an easy attack. They might have to take experience the old-fashioned way. However, ooh. Yeah. Alright. Let's send the British third. Last time if you remember from the first episode, we had a unit a little bit exposed and they were just completely overrun. And so we have to kind of keep our units together. Now let's see, the British 5th, you are going to have a priest. Let's give you engineers as well. And a 17-pounder. This is going to be a very futuristic unit. Let's try to give them some experience against this unit. Oh, come on. Alright, there you go. Jeez, they still take heavy hits though. Green units are green. Gotta start somewhere though. Alright. Let's grab that. Excellent. Alright, have you guys come up? Alright, we've expanded the front lines. Good. Ooh, rearguard, they're gonna run away. Excellent. Alright. So how's the enemy? Ooh, okay, so us seizing this area will force their whole front lines to either fall... I mean, they'll have to fall back, even if they launch a counterattack, which I do expect. The 6th, the British... The 6th Infantry should expect a lot of bad stuff coming their way. But we're closing in on this airfield. That will help us in the future, give us more... We have to use our supplies to get more air strikes. But every airfield... what I've decided is there's going to be a base level of airstrikes, so you get just like 1 airstrike. Just normally. And then every airfield that we can secure will increase that by 1. So while in the base game you usually have just like 1 airstrike that you can just do, and you have some cards that can give you some extra ones sometimes. Ours are, we have limited amounts that we have to keep using our supplies on. But, which is basically prestige, but it's not the prestige that we're getting in each scenario. But anyway. Yeah, so just so you know, like if you're a follower over on Twitch, then you know about like thorns and all that stuff. That's how we're using all the in-game costs with a few modifications, but basically a 1-to-1 cost for these troops. And of course, for each scenario, new reinforcements will have to come in from this point. So we're playing by our own set of rules. But ones that aren't just like, we're not overpowered, we don't just get whatever, we don't have infinite people. Alright. Let's see what the AI does. Okay, so they are going to try and hit us there. Yeah, our flanks are the weakest point. Oh, ooh, okay, you lucked out there. Alright, so the 5th will have to recuperate for a time. Yeah. So let's keep this attack going. Oh man, the New Zealanders are so not the strongest at the moment. Jeez. Also, as we take territory, when I edit the scenario, the AI keeps all their troops. Now, maybe with time, I'll slowly edit some out, but right now I just push them back. And so that's why if you're like, holy, that's a lot of troops. It is. It's because they have all their troops reset after the scenario. And that's just because I don't have any sort of fog of war to then like look at the status of their troops after the battle. Alright, let's see if we can't get our New Zealanders up to regular status. There we go. Alright, that's what I wanted to see. Alright. Now, if we're let's have you fall back. Yeah, just in case. So we've completely cut off these that troop, part of the Africa Corps. There we go. We pushed the lines pretty far forward, if I do say so myself. That's good. These engineers are helping out a lot. Alright, let's hit that unit. Alright, we weakened them and they've fallen back. You won't. The 6th can't really help too much. So let's have them dig in. Just try and keep that flank secure. This is really good for how many losses we've taken. We are pushing the enemy back. Excellent. Trucks available. Oh, do we have? Are we? Alright, that's good news. We've pushed the lines far enough forwards that we can move our supplies forwards as well. Excellent. Good, good. Alright, they hit our more senior unit. Looks like the enemy is having severe supply problems. Excellent. Severe. Alright, I'm going to try to get the 6th some experience. Alright, they're getting some. Let's keep them refreshed. And get the 5th some reinforcements. We'll push them. Actually, we'll have them go into the desert to take out this unit. Out here, the Panzergrenadier Regular Africa, so that they can finally get regular status. Excellent, and we have the New Zealanders pushing forwards. Good. Alright, the enemy is still fighting, but we're advancing. Oh wow, he could keep advancing. Yeah, we just don't have the troops. We don't want to open up a hole in our lines. Well, actually, they could advance. Yes. Right? They'll still hopefully hold back the enemy somehow. Hope we haven't just overstretched ourselves. I guess we'll find out. What's the enemy? Okay, there's... Oh, yeah, they've got this line of supply now. Well, we're closing in on the airfield. And if we can take it, we can make it. Or at least that will... And in the future, when we have, like, airborne troops, we'll be able to have different little things of like landing, maybe having it where troops can land in the airfield or something, and push forward from there. So like we can just play around with airfields or other stuff. If you have ideas of like, hey, what about this unique area, or like beaches and stuff, we can definitely play around with stuff. The scenario editor is pretty solid and only getting better. They've only been adding more stuff to it slowly but surely, and that's awesome. All right. Good. Wait, truck's available. Are we out? Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. We've just keep overstretching our supplies. Well, that's good. We are pushing the enemy back. Okay, that's bad. Oh, because they weakened. Yep. Yeah. The AI is great at stuff like this. Alright. Send the New Zealanders back to reopen the supply lines. Luckily, they aren't lost. Alright, let's keep them going. Although this time, let's fall back towards them. Yeah, alright. We'll solidify the right flank. And keep our troops in the mountains here, my forces. Alright. Meanwhile, really? Is it because of the supplies? Yeah, out of supply 1 turn. Wait, we can... Yes. Okay. That's a hard price to pay, but you are now leveled up. That unit will fall apart. Alright, good. Okay. Meanwhile... Well, yeah, I guess we have one more turn to try to take this airfield. I don't know if we're going to succeed, per se. We'll have next turn. Alright. It's going to be daring to try. So the release schedule for these are going to be... No! Okay, never mind. I thought they're... Oh, no! Oh! No! 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 Oh, God. Jeez. Okay, so Stasnak was overrun. Llewellyn is cut off in the desert, and... Oh, man. I didn't think they had it in them. It's a horrendous strike against us. Oh. Huge amount of casualties. Oh, jeez. Alright, so yeah, it's going to be every Monday and Friday is what we're thinking. So that way, it's like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 days on the weekend to sort of see what's going on, catch up, interact. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 4 days during the weekdays to catch up and interact. And, jeez. Alright, we'll have to fall back. Oh, man. But we can capture that and get some prisoners. Alright, let's deploy our supplies out here. Let's see, actually, so we have... What's the... So we do have supplies coming in from the west. That's the Americans. So that's something to think... Well, that's kind of goofy that we can declare... Why can we deploy supplies here? Odd. Oh well, let's, Jeez. Deploy them here, we've got... Supply trucks still available, just they'll take time. We have our air power. see if we can't get some more. Oh, they're regulars. They're regulars. All right. Let's let's rescue these guys. Well, basically. So yeah, we're basically where we started. I mean, we aren't, because we took this huge pocket here, and that's good. And we can begin. We could start pushing troops around to the left, to the west, to the left. I don't know. To the west around Al-Ghatar, Sidi Bouzid, and but we'll need more troops. And if there's a small chance, I mean, we've lost 2 officers. They're not lost. Well, hopefully they're just lost, like as in need directions, and not injured or worse, killed. But yeah, we just need more officers to lead these troops. Oh dear. Take that. Not that will help us. Okay, I should have hit this guy and tried to push back up. Well, we'll assuming we'll have reinforcements, we'll push back up. What do we have? Alright, so that'll be to help stabilize those stragglers. This will basically be our starting position. The AI, of course, will reset with all their troops, and those be sort of redeployed along this front. We have made very good gains, just at a very high cost. Ah, man. Alright, well, thanks again, everybody. If you're enjoying this playthrough, which I am, it's just it's very emotional, then be sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell to catch all of the squad action, as well as enlisting down below. There's that link in or not a link in the description, it's in the comment section. It should be the pinned comment, will be the after action report, with then enlistments down beneath that. But also don't forget to go over to twitch.tv/SirSquire, where you can find our live playthroughs, where you play a direct role in how each playthrough unfolds. So thank you all. This has been the second battle of Wadi Akarit. That means there's going to be a third battle, because, jeez. I mean, we're keeping the advance going. We'll get more supplies to the troops. We're doing all right on air power. I think the next battle we'll be able to take the airfield. We can't retake something we never had, and we will start, I think, really pushing our supplies from the west. Oops. With supply depots, yeah. Like, look at that. We'll be able to. Ooh, yeah. So we'll definitely start pushing our troops up north, and we'll be able to just extend this front line, especially with the enemies having their reset forces. We'll be able to extend the lines to the north, Sidi Bouzid, and so is that Magnassi Pass, Fade Pass. Those will be big objectives for the next battle. Trying to get more armored units, and then trying to keep them alive so that they can level up and be useful will be important. It's going to be tough, but I think we can pull it off. I think we can do this. As I look at, like, we have 1 infantry division that is ready to fight. Hey, I mean, we're doing well. Me and my veterans, we're holding on. We'll take the spear of the advance. All right. I'll see you all on this Friday in the next episode, or in just the next episode immediately if you're seeing these a few weeks from now. Yeah, all right.